Yeah, YouTube family and the Maverick upon the trail again. Still, with the best and most credible opinion, still fair and fearless analysis. And finally, we've had an in-depth discussion on national television in Jamaica about the crisis of Jamaican women giving the most jacket in the world. One of the ladies was a professor of gender, sexuality, and psychology. Next one is a social anthropologist. That's a gentleman. And another gentleman is a gynecologist and a social commentator. And of course, the host of the program is, of course, an attorney at law. So we got a very sophisticated perspective on this very complex issue. But look here, I'm disappointed in the discussion. Again, there's a lot of deflection. There's not a lot of shying away from the core issue. A lot of cowardice on display. And throughout the 1 hour program, and about half an hour of it was spent on the discussion, there was not one single solitary moment in the discussion when any of the commentators and the guests had the I was going to say balls, but had the cojones to lay the blame squarely where it ought to lie. On the carelessness, first of all, and then the downright wickedness and the deception of the Jamaican women who continue to give the most jacket in the entire world. None of these sophisticated people brave enough to call the spade the spade. What you get is a lot of them skipping around the issue. We hear, oh Lord, you know, we have to be careful how we break the bonds. We have to be careful how the emotional attachment. We have to dig deeper into the reasons why these things happen. We can't just blame one person. We have to look at the whole social and the whole sociological impact of their lives and what this might do to the children. One bag of bullshit. None of them, not one single solitary person at the hour when we listen to the discussion, was brave enough and honest enough to say, come on, man, these women need to stop this. Here's one part of the discussion that it came up that there are two types of paternity fraud, you know. One of them is deliberate, and the next one, them call it misalignment. That means that one of them, the woman knowingly give a man the picnic where she knows she enough him. The other one now is when she don't know she enough him, but she give. None of them identify, say, that woman who don't know who her picnic father is a careless woman, you know. Or if you have unprotected sex with so much people in this day and age that you don't know which one of them are your baby father. I tell you, you know, so one time when they do a video on that channel here, so the world is a world of hypocrites, you know. The more and more we delve into this world here and delve into the issues of humanity, you realize, say, most people are hypocrites, you know. Most people are hypocrites. You see, people who don't like hypocrisy like me, we are the minority. When people can handle hypocrisy, and people who generally like call a spade, are people like me, you know. They get in trouble, and you lose a lot of friends, and you rub people wrong because you like to call a spade, and you like to talk truth. None of these people that I listen to for the 1 hour talking about paternity fraud and the fact that Jamaican women, it is documented, scientifically proven that Jamaican women are the most deceptive creatures on the face of the earth when it comes to man-woman relationship. They're afraid to talk the truth. They find all kind of deep-seated, sophisticated, nuanced reasons to talk around the issue, but don't hit the core on the head. There is, of course, the suggestion of mandatory DNA testing right when they pick the bond. No surprise, all of them shut it down. Say no. It will cause violence on the women and violence on the children. And no. A lot of men actually want to have a child and can't have a child. So they will be willing to have a child who is not theirs, a father that one bag of gibberish. I never hear so much nonsense talk in all my life. Not a single suggestion was made. Everything that was suggested if you address it was shut down by this erudite panel, you know. Or this so-called erudite panel, you know. The member of parliament will carry the fight about mandatory testing. He is suggesting, you know, and I agree with him, you know, that this thing would be a deterrent to this kind of atrocious and shameless behavior, you know. Because if the woman them know say, at birth, DNA test are going to do, and them are get exposed if them try to give a man a jacket and a picture of him, that would be a deterrent to them careless behavior, you know. They would have make sure, say, them know who them baby father is. And know, say, them not be sleepy around the place and lay down about the place because them know, say, when that pick the band, they will be embarrassed. It's a source of deterrent. But nobody now mention that. All them are talk about, oh, the prohibitive cost of doing it. Who is going to pay for it? Nobody is saying this thing must stop. Me hear somebody that try to make the case. Say, look here. The men are equally to be blamed for paternity fraud as the women, you know. I mean, I try to say to them, so what is the equivalent of a jacket if a man can give a woman? There is no equivalent of a jacket that a man can give a woman. The closest thing I could have think of is people in a relationship. Man and woman in a relationship. And the man go out there and get an outside pick and carry it come. Now, tell me, say, the rate of paternity fraud or the rate of jacket is less than or about equal as the amount of man we go to have outside pick and come back. They can't. Because just anecdotally, that is not something that is known and accepted and happen a whole heap of time in a relationship compared to the 1 in 2 jacket them where the woman them again in Jamaica. So this notion and this perception that was painted that Jamaican men are the champion cheaters of the world and Jamaican men, them careless, is the woman them are the champion cheaters and are the woman them who careless in this. And the data and the science prove it. But we are such a damn hypocritical society that we're afraid to call out the woman them. We have some man, boy, we are no man, you know. Then hold on. Then if the woman them not call out the woman them, that is more or less understandable, you know. Because women, they kind of stick together and women don't want to be shaming women, generally, in a situation like this. Then if the man them was supposed to call out the woman them, except for the member of parliament from down Central St. James, Mr. Hero Clark, we have to big up that MP there. See, big up yourself, MP. You are the only real man in that something. The rest of the man them are some sellout. We just a pander to the woman them. And I talk about mandatory DNA test would lead to man a beat woman. The woman them, if the woman them knows that they get beaten, they would have stopped the carelessness. What a wicked set of people in Jamaica people. Eh? Georgia. Maverick, rile up. And the man them, the woman has style up. Be a jacket a file up. And the woman now get wild up. That may I show you. Out Maverick step. Georgia.